This is the G-Shock that I'm doing the giveaway on May the 31st. So that's right, at the end of this month, I'm doing the giveaway of this G-Shock, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about the watch and how you can win it in this video. So please stay tuned. Thanks for watching Roland Digs It. I'm Roland, and today we're talking about this. This is the Casio GAB001G-2 Alpha, and this is one of the latest iterations of the Casio G-Shock line that's like a jelly edition. If you're not familiar, ever since the 80s, Casio has been trying to reinvent and bring out new colorways, new styles, new ways to get people to hop into the G-Shock game. Like, for instance, this GA2100 with this cool red dial. And they go a couple of different ways. Casio will either take a DW5600, which is the square style watch, kind of like this one here on the screen. They'll take this style watch right here and they'll add a colorway to it, or they'll add a different style dial to it, or they'll do something to change it up a little bit to make it just a different type of watch. Or they'll go the route of taking a completely different module of watch, like the 2100 or the GAB, and they'll create something all different and new, and it's just a whole new thing. But they kind of have their staple, and then they have their crazy side. This would be in the realm of the little bit more crazy side. It's about the same size as the GA2100 here, 42.5 millimeters wide by 46 millimeters by 13.8 millimeters thick. So for the most part, it's on average size with most watches that people tend to wear nowadays. It's a good, comfortable size. And this is more of a bold urban take on their G-Shocks. It's got a different style altogether, mainly because they didn't really create this jelly case that goes, or the jelly band and strap and dial as one whole piece. If you look closely here, it's really two different pieces that they've sandwiched together. So yeah, this watch really is a whole different style, a different take on what Casio has been doing with their watches. You've got some really bold coloring choices. You have the contrast between the blue and the black, and then you have, of course, the little hints of color around the hour markers and the 12 o'clock position. The 12 o'clock hour markers just give a look like if it's bursting out coming towards you. It's just so cool. And then at the bottom at 6 o'clock position, the little hour marker does the exact same thing. They give you the cool sword hands with, again, skeletonized with the blue trim around the hands and then black on the other end. So it kind of looks like the hour and minute hands are just floating there. And then you have the little sub dial. I've never been a huge fan of these sub dials. My GA2100 has that same kind of small little sub dial. And I get that they do that because, again, the Casio G-Shocks, the battery needs to be able to last about 10 years. They say it's 2 years, but they really like the idea of having the batteries last about 10 years. And you're not going to be able to get a battery to last that many years if you have this gigantic LCD or LED display that's just sucking down battery life all the time. That's why they kind of tend to use these smaller modules. Plus, there's just no need for a gigantic, huge digital display when you have the analog style hands in there. The little rotating wheel at the 9 o'clock position is silly. I don't care for it. I'm not a huge fan of that, but you really don't care if it's there, and it is kind of cool looking when it starts to move. So when you roll through the modes here, it spins. And then when you finally go through all your modes and you go back to your main time, it does a big spin. Here we go. Beep. All the way back to its zero position or whatever it is. And you do have world time. So right now we have it set to LAX, and as you can see, it says LAX, Los Angeles, and then it'll pop the time there for Los Angeles as we start using the watch. 4:46 p.m. in LA, and it is 6:46 here Central Time. So you can keep track of two different time zones at once. This is a great feature for people that are traveling, and if you want to travel with a watch that's almost virtually indestructible. Stopwatch. Then you have your timer. alarm, and then back to your local time with Tuesday the 21st, and then the seconds counting down there close to the 4 o'clock position. And then you do have the light, which is shown with this off color. So it's the only one that has a little bit of color. The rest have grooves. See, little grooves on the buttons. The only one that has the coloring is the light. You hit that and it lights up pretty dang good. And I'm going to cover just a little bit right here. It's not going to cover very much light just because I have so many lights on in here right now. But it's fairly bright. Not too bad. And I love the way it fades out. Check this out. One more time. Let's take a look at this one more time. The camera's lighting up because it's trying to let more light in here so that way it doesn't look so pitch black on this thing. But anyways, let's take a look at this one more time. I'm going to turn on the light and watch how it fades out. Isn't that neat? God, that's so cool. Anyways, the strap, the way that it starts out black with the black buckle and the black strap, and then it slowly turns into translucent. And then translucent here, but because you have the carbon core of the body shining through the translucent, it kind of gets dark again. And then it goes back to translucent. So you can see my finger behind it here. Go back to translucent and then slowly fades out to black. You can still see my finger there through that because it's still technically translucent. It's just translucent black. How cool is that? I love the way they sandwiched the watch, the carbon core body of the watch. They sandwiched it with the integrated strap. So it's two pieces here up on top, two pieces, and they come together and they lock to lock around the carbon core of the watch. And then another thing that they did that was really cool, I liked a lot, was the exposed bolts here. And yes, they are little teeny weeny Allen bolts, and they just look so awesome. They make it look very industrial. You have G-Shock up here in this bluish color and protection down here, and it is Bluetooth capable. But like we said before, anything that you can do on the Bluetooth app for this watch, you can do on the watch itself. The Bluetooth capability and the connection to your phone is just an extra thing added on that serves no purpose. I can't stress that enough. And the app is so bad. It's just so terrible. Here's the problem with the app on the phone though for the watches. If you've ever used the G-Shock app, it is a freaking nightmare. There's so many steps for you to connect your watch, and by the time you finally get it going, you're just like, what's the point? I could have just done all this within the watch. And yes, everything that you can do on the app to control your watch, you can do it in the phone. Anyways, the watch itself is 51 grams, so it's extremely lightweight. If you're wearing this, you're barely gonna know that it's on the wrist. It does have the carbon core resin body build. It's 200 meters of water resistance, and the battery should last you 2 years, although most people, including myself, have seen 5, 7, 10 years out of their batteries for their G-Shocks. The band is resin, and it's not the super cheap resin. This is a much more pliable, softer resin. So whoever wins this watch is going to enjoy wearing it. And I'm going to do something here. I'm going to put the watch on. Let's just put it on the other wrist, because I already have my G-Shock on this wrist right here. So let's put it on this one. And yes, whoever you are out there, I am putting your watch on. I'm going to try it on. I've already tried it on once anyways, so it's not like I do. I try on every watch that I review, so let's not pretend like that doesn't happen. But just to give you an idea, and my wrist is fairly big. This one over here is about 7 3/4, and this other wrist is almost 8 inches. It's slightly thicker because this is the hand that I write with, so I got a little bit more, solid. It's got more girth on it. So check that out. This is it on my about, let's say 7 3/4, almost 8 inch wrist here. Doesn't that look sick? And you're seeing that reflection. That's just the ceiling fan. So don't freak out. Like, what's going on with the watch? It's got some weird stuff going on. It's making me, it's flashing. No, it's not flashing. That's just the ceiling fan reflection in the little crystal there. It's a mineral style crystal, by the way. It's not a cheap piece of plastic. It's pretty solid. It's just an overall cool, solid looking watch. But yet it still has a nice style to it. It has a style that looks like you can wear it with a lot of different things, because it can be worn with black, it can be worn with blue, heck, it can be worn to the beach, it can be worn out to work. I don't know, it can be worn in a lot of ways. I really like this watch. This is pretty cool. You can still get this one though, and I'll put a link down below in the description of where you can find this watch and where you can get it. But yeah, awesome watch. This is a really, really good one. And as per usual, I'm giving it away. Again, doing a G-Shock giveaway every single month this year in 2024. And all you have to do in order to win is like and subscribe. Well, just subscribe. I don't even care if you like the video, even though I would prefer it if you like the video. So please click down there below, like and subscribe, please, because I take the names of my subscribers and I throw them in a big old raffle thing and I pull a name out, and that's how I pick my winners. And if you're not sure about the whole subscribe thing, right up here, I'm going to put a video right up here that you can click on, and that will show you how to publicly subscribe so that way I can see your name and I can put it in the raffle for the giveaway. Pretty simple, right? That's all you got to do. And this is the watch giveaway. And just so you're curious, it is a real G-Shock that I purchased and I paid money for it. Now, granted, I didn't pay that much money for it. I got it on discount. Shh, don't tell anybody. But I'm also going to put a link down below here in the description where you can find this watch, because you might want to buy one and might not want to wait or try to win it on the raffle, or you love it so much that you want to just buy it and you could care less whether there's a giveaway being done for it. You're just like, hey, you know what? I want the watch. I don't care about the giveaway. I got the $100. I'm gonna go buy the watch. Well, I'll put a link down below in the description. And that's another cool thing about these G-Shocks, is that even though they are super popular, super cool, long-lasting battery, extremely, I was gonna flick it and bang it around. Let's not bang it around. This is somebody's watch. Just take care of it. I'll be careful. Even though it's super sturdy, super rugged, cool looking, keeps amazing time, it's a proper watch. Even though it's got all those things, it can still be had for less than $150. And the majority of G-Shocks out there can be had for less than $150. And that's what I love about G-Shock watches. I love all wristwatches, but I just like the fact that anybody can start getting into the watch collecting game and not have to spend a fortune by starting with something as simple as a G-Shock. It's all you need. A G-Shock watch can go a long ways. Please like and subscribe. I will catch you guys the 31st of this month. Let me know what you think down in the comments about the video, about the watch. Not about me. I don't want to hear comments about me. I could care less. But let me know what you think about the watch and the video. And good luck on the drawing. I'm going to release another video coming up here soon for a completely different watch review. But yeah, hope you guys liked it. Thanks. And I'll catch you guys later. Bye.